Hey everybody, I'm going to do a video on how I built my electric 12 string. And hey, how you doing? Just thought I'd show you it was me. Alright, here we go. Now, this is what I did. I got to looking for an electric 12 string, and it was going to be expensive to buy one. I said maybe I can just build my own. So I have this cheapo guitar that I accidentally bought on eBay on hand. It was about 50 bucks. It was just really cheap for somebody that's been playing a long time, but I wound up with it. Didn't know what I was going to do with it. Couldn't make any money on it, so I said, why don't I just use that to build a 12 string? So I proceeded to start looking for a neck. So I found some unfinished and all this. Then I stumbled across this Epiphone neck, and came off an acoustic guitar, but it was flat right here, tapered to go right on a Strat type body, so it worked out. Alright, so that's the first thing, how to mount the neck on this body. Now it turns out I made this neck plate. That's one thing. That might be the hardest part that somebody that doesn't work with steel or metal very much would have the biggest problem with. But what I did to make up, the holes didn't match up. The holes were the only thing different. It went in the body okay, but the holes didn't match up. So what I did was I made a template of the neck. The neck's a pretty nice piece. I didn't want to mess it up. I didn't want to drill new holes in it. I knew either the body or the neck was going to have to have new holes. All right. So what I did, I took a piece of paper and made a template of the holes in that neck. I just laid it on there and took a pencil or something and punched them through, and it worked out okay. Then I bring the template up, put the holes in the neck plate, and I got a little off center there actually, but I wanted to keep it off the edge of the body. I didn't want it to go all the way out. All right, and I used it on the body, so you can see where a little bit where the old holes are there. I missed them altogether, so they were way wider than the pattern on this neck. And I just used a screwdriver to put them in there. I think I used the bolts that came off this body. Pretty sure I did. It's been a while since I built it, so I didn't think about making a video on it at the time, or I might have. But all right. So once I got that bolted on, it went on okay. It's not absolute, but like I said, it was just. This was my first attempt at building a 12 string. All right, so now the neck's on. Now the next thing to do, if it's going to work at all, is get this bridge right. And I found the bridge, like I said, I bought the neck and the bridge both off eBay, and turned out okay. The nut, it's a right-handed neck, so if you're left-handed, you might have to file on it some. A set of nut files that I've had forever came in handy on that. If I had to use them at all, if I did, it was very minimal, because it's an acoustic neck and the slots are a little bit bigger, so most of them fell right in. I might have had to file on this end just a little bit. Oh, all right. Anyway, so now how to get this. This is the part you can't miss on. You'll mess it all up if you do. All right. First thing, the easy part is this. This is your ground wire that comes off all your electronic stuff, and you can see where the old bridge was. The scale and all was different, somehow or another. But anyway, this is where that's the first thing. You got to solder that on there. It's got to be on, or it's gonna make noise. Okay. Second, you got two dimensions. You got left and right, and front and back. All right. Standard scale on a guitar is 25.5 inches. So it's 12 3/4. Now here, this neck has that extra fret right there. That's where it starts. So what you want to be from here, set all these bridge pieces about center of where they go. In other words, don't run them all the way back, don't run them all the way up. If you've ever fooled with any of that, you want them about center where you can adjust your intonation. And it's kind of a Telecaster thing on intonation. It's got one piece for both sets of strings, so you might have to compromise on it just a little bit, but that's a whole different story. All right, what happens here, 25.5, you put these on center, and 25.5 inches from right there. Probably need a pointer because it's kind of small. From right here to right here where that string contacts and goes in is where you want to mount this thing. You get that set right there, and then that's where you screw holes. You need some kind of mark right here to put you back and forth, because it's going to have to sit there while you also line it up left and right. All right. The way this is designed, by the way, before you mount the bridge, you get it somewhere in the ballpark, and it's like a Strat. Every other string routes through the body. The one set of strings is going to come through the front of the back of the bridge, and the others, you can see I didn't do a real great job on this. That's one thing I did not have on hand is a router, and I just took a drill and drilled holes here, 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 and here, and I chiseled that out with a wood chisel or something, and just did the best I could. You can see the ball end of the strings down in there. This is the one part. It looks pretty rough looking work, but like I said, this is an experiment. It was a cheap body, and it worked. But you want to get that done before you mount that bridge, because that might be a problem getting through there, because you want to go all the way through the body. And I'd probably do it from the top down. That's why I've got the chip in there. When I came through one time, it busted that out. I'm going to have to get some paste filler or something and try to fill that up. But I didn't really care what it looked like on the backside as long as it would play. All right, now the tricky part is this. Oh, we're about to get to that. All right, the tricky part, kinda, is here. All right. What I've got now is I've got this laser level thing. You can see the beam of light up there. This is how I set it from left to right. This is about as precise as I could get it. All right. One thing you want that's not quite as crucial, you're going to get a center right here with this thing. I might have to have a second book here, but I got it somewhere where I could. Here we go. Let the guitar down a little bit. As you can see, and you can't see it real good, but if I tilt it down a little bit, maybe you can see where that beam of light hits the fingerboard and where it hits the bridge up there. Alright, let's see if I can get the... Alright, you're gonna... No, I'm not gonna... Alright, you want to get that in the ballpark. Now here's where you're gonna really set it. What you want to do is come over here, go down both sides of the fingerboard where the first string and the 12th string come through that nut. And this is the most precise thing you're going to do. You want to go back and forth. Your strings are not on there, so you're going to hit that bridge. You want that bridge right where that first string is going across that bridge. Get it right in the gap, right in the groove where the first string goes through here. And wherever you set that bridge is where that string's going to be. So if you get too far over that way, your string's going to slide off. You get too far in, well, the other one's going to slide off. So right about, like I said, I don't think the camera's picking up that beam really well, but you can see it when I move it around a little bit. So, all in all, a real precise ruler or something to measure with, where you can measure from the edge of the fingerboard over to where the string is. You can do that. I didn't have to do it. I could see. All right, then you come over to this other side and do the same thing. And get this one set where you think it ought to go on my right hand side. Then you come over here, and if that one looks like from the edge of the string to the fingerboard is about the same, you can't really go off that because it's going to change as it goes down a little bit. You can't go off where it sits on the nut. And that's your next one. You want that to hit right where that last string, where that 12th string goes across that stop on your bridge piece. And that's where your string's going to be. And the rest of them will take care of themselves. That nut's going to take care of those. But that's the main thing. And you want both of those to be about the same here and here. The distance from the outside two strings to the edge of the fingerboard. All right, when you get that, and then you've got your 25.5 inches from here to where you got those centered, mark your holes. There's only 2 holes in this, I believe. I don't think it had some in there before I put the string. Yeah, of course. I got 3 holes down inside there. So before the strings go on, that's where you're going to set it. You get all that and don't move it, whatever you do. If you even think you moved it, do it again. You can't miss on this, or your guitar will be pretty much unplayable. Once you get that mounted in, alright, that's pretty much it. You're ready to string it up. Alright, what happened when I started putting the strings on this one, you want, till you get that straight edge up and down, that's going to determine how your action is. When I got it put together, the strings were bottomed out on the fingerboard. Alright, you can see, well, you can't see, but right there where my adjusting screws are, I shimmed it. I had a little piece of bridge shim or something, and I slid it up under there, and it made that action just perfect. I barely had to adjust these any, so it worked out good. If you're high, then there's another way to adjust it. You may have to loosen your neck up and put a shim up under the front, the back end of your neck, and make your neck tilt. If it happens to be, if you got a big gap up under your strings. I could have done that, but I figured it was easier to just do that, and it worked. So that was great. Like I said, you can see right there where I moved the ground wire from the old bridge, and I never did get around to. I said, when these strings get old and I have to replace them, that's when I'm going to do that. I'm not taking I'm not changing a 12-string set of strings off just to get to that. All it is cosmetic. It's not gonna hurt anything, really. Especially on a guitar that I got less than $200 in. That's a good playing electric 12 string. So that's pretty much it, man. That was good. These it came with the gears on it, which some of the necks I saw, they wanted $100 for them. They didn't have the gears on, so I thought it was a pretty good deal. You could give $50, $75, $100 for a decent set of tuning gears. So I did good on that. So you might get a better deal, you might get a worse deal on that. All right. And one of my strings actually broke when I was getting ready to do the video, and so let me set up here. See if I can